every time you buy something, you should be getting more back than just the things you paid for. What I mean by that is if you spend $100, you should be getting either miles, cash back, some kind of points that you can redeem later to get the most out of your money. My name is Kayla Price. I am the CEO of Capri Hair Care, and I have 5 business credit cards as of today, and they are the Amex Sky Miles card, the Capital One Spark business card. I have 2 more Amex cards. One is a business cash card and one is a business plus card, and then Discover business card. So my favorite of these credit cards is the Amex Sky Miles card, and that is because I don't ever have to pay for flights ever again. And they have a couple different one of these. They have like a purple one, this one, a blue one maybe, and different ones. And the reason why I chose this one was because you get like 3 to 2 miles back on purchases of shipping and advertising, which is what I spend the most money on. So you really want to look at what the points are giving you and pick your card based on what you can get back. So if you're spending money on mostly flights for your business, you might want to get a different card. But if you're spending a lot on like Facebook ads, Google ads, TikTok ads, whatever, and shipping, if you have a product-based business, this will be your new best friend, because why would you want to pay to like travel? Like traveling should be free. I would say though, my tip for just business credit in general, whether you are new to this or true to this, is you definitely want to be careful of the APR rates, which is something that before I got business credit cards, I was unaware of. I'm 20 years old, so I only have 1 personal credit card, and I think I had 0% interest for the first year. So it definitely adds up. So you just want to make sure you're not getting yourself into large amounts of debt, because it does add up very quickly. My second favorite, the Business Plus Amex card, which is this one, the blue one, because it's cash back. So if you're spending, and also a quick note is if you get a cash card, which is like a cash back card, it'll have a higher limit than your travel card. So your travel card will always have a smaller limit. So my Amex travel card, they gave me a limit of $3,000 versus my business cashback card, I have a limit of $10,000. So you definitely want to make sure that you are aware of that and when you're applying for your cards. Another note about the Amex cashback card is that it will allow you to go over your limit. So I have a $10,000 limit. I can spend, I would say maybe they'll let me go like $10,700, but it'll depend on you and your spending, so it like flexes with you. And something else about Amex that I really like, I should just be an Amex brand ambassador because I love them. Something else about Amex is that you don't always get a hard check on your credit. So I don't even know if they ever did a hard check on my credit. Actually, I don't think they did, but I'm not saying that's gonna happen for you. You gotta apply at your own risk. But I'm saying, I think if you apply once and they do a hard check, you can apply a couple more times for different cards without them doing a hard check on your credit, which is amazing. So yeah, that brings me back to Business Cash as my second favorite, just because of the cashback. Cashback is always great. If you're gonna spend money, like I said, you should be getting something back other than what you paid for. So if I'm gonna spend $100, I'd like some of that back, and that's what I like about this card. My least favorite, before I get into my least favorite card, I'm gonna get into the cards to be careful. So cards to be careful about. So Amex cards do not report to your personal credit, which can be a good or a bad thing depending on you as a person. I already have good personal credit, so I don't really need them reporting to my credit. And because business credit limits are higher, them reporting to your credit can be a bad thing if your overall utilization rate is higher, which was the case for me. So when I applied for my Business Discover card and my Business Capital One card, it brought my credit down a lot because the limits are higher. So I had a higher balance on my cards, which brought my credit down. So that's a warning for Discover and Capital One. If you apply for these cards, it will report to your personal credit. And if you don't have good credit, that could be a good thing. If you're not spending a lot of money and you're managing it well, that's definitely a good thing. But for me, I like to keep them separate because I already had good credit. And so I would say the one I like the least is the Discover business card, only because you can't do credit limit increases. So credit limit increases, which is not good, because let's say I have 5 business credit cards. I don't really need any more for this business. So what you do is you call every 3 months and you ask for a credit limit increase by 30%, and they'll give it to you. That way you can increase the amount of credit you have without having more credit cards, without having to apply for more credit cards, and without having just more, without having more credit cards. You just ask for a credit limit increase. Discover does not do credit limit increases. So on this card, I have a $5,000 limit on this card. It's gonna be $5,000 until just forever. So that is the only thing that I would say I don't like, because the name of the game is increase. You know what I mean? So the one that I like the least next to Discover is Capital One, because it reports to my personal credit. And so I paid this card off. I have a few subscriptions on it, like YouTube TV and things like that, but I won't ever use it again to buy something that's not on a subscription. And then Business Plus is in the middle, because with this card, it's not cashback or miles, it's points. So you get Amex points you can use for traveling and different things like that. So I don't mind this card. It's one of my lower limits. It's there just as like a cushion if I needed it. I don't mind it. But yeah, Amex is definitely my favorite card of favorite brand. That's what I don't know. Amex, I love Amex is what I'm trying to say. That's my point. I definitely want more Amex cards for my other businesses, because they're just amazing. The point system is amazing. Oh, again, with the Sky Miles card, what I will say is that this one is not free. So it's free for your first year. They give you $0 entry, and then it's $99 a year, which $99 a year to fly, I think is pretty cool. And you also get like a free checked bag. It's on Delta, by the way. And you get $100 flight credit every single year. And I think you can use it within 3 years. So this card, definitely you need to get one. I'm gonna leave my link in the description box so you can apply for one. The best times, now we're gonna just get into some tips, some free game for you guys. The best time to apply for credit cards are between the hours of like 1 a.m. and 5 a.m. because there's no live person looking over your application. I applied at those times for my business cash card, and I got the $10,000 limit. It's gonna be different for everybody, but that's what worked for me. What else? My business bank account. I have Bank of America for Capri Hair Care, which is the business that I have all these credit cards for. And then for my second business, I have Citizens Bank. And I would recommend you doing Citizens Bank if you're just starting out, because they don't charge you any monthly maintenance fees, where Bank of America does. But the thing about Bank of America that I like is that you build history with them, and so they have business credit cards themselves, and I heard are really good with business loans. So you definitely might want to have that relationship, and it's only like $10 a month, but still, if you're not making a lot of money, that $10 can definitely hurt versus help. So those are the two that I have. I don't mind Citizens Bank. There's nothing wrong with it. Bank of America, when you're just starting out, might be a little bit unnecessary. There are also different ways to build business credit. When I started my business, I applied for my first business credit card in September of 2021. And I didn't really know about business credit a lot, and I didn't really know that there were multiple ways to build it. But regardless, I still had a business credit score, and it was pretty good. It was like a 76, which is right in the middle. It's like the average, without even trying to build it or building it on purpose. But there are people who would be like, you need a net 30 account, you need actually a bunch of net 30 accounts, and you need tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and that's all great, and I can get into that if you guys want me to. But you don't have to go that route, because if you have a business credit card, it reports to Duns and Bradstreet, Experian. You just want to make sure what bureaus your credit is reporting to, because you do want to make sure you're reporting to all 3. You can also get into like Sunoco gas cards, Shell gas cards, and then there's just like things like Quill and Uline that are net 30 accounts. But why I didn't really want to get into that is because I'm never gonna spend money on those at those places. So I didn't want to have all these open accounts that I've forgotten about, and then God forbid I miss a payment because I just forgot. Like I bought paper towels I didn't even need, just trying to build business credit. And so I'd much rather just take the credit card route of things that I'm gonna need, and also getting the points and the miles for it. So that's the decision I chose. Since I'm not really applying for loans, it also works. But if you're gonna get into funding, you need loans and like of large amounts. You might want to do it the other way and make sure you have a whole bunch of trade lines reporting. I have a second business that I'm building business credit for, and so I did do it the other way, but my credit score for my second business is still the same as for my first business, Capri Hair Care. So I mean, it just depends. You can just easily get a credit card. That's so much less work. But the thing about Net30 accounts is they don't do a hard check on your credit. So some of them do, some of them don't. So I guess that's a bonus. But like I said, if you have a business credit card that reports to your personal, it will help you out and raise your credit score. So that's something to consider when making your decision. I definitely recommend Sky Miles. If I had to say get one, Sky Miles, but you should have two for your business. So I recommend a travel card and a cashback card. You definitely want two business cards, a travel card or a cashback card, because you're gonna want to put like, it depends on where you are in business and what you're doing. So if you are doing advertising like Facebook ads, you're gonna want a card for your Facebook ads, and like a card like my Sky Miles, you're getting 2 times the miles on all purchases spent on advertising. Then you're gonna want another card for like inventory and things like that. So, and supplies. So then you would use your cashback card, or that's how I do it. And then every 3 months you call and ask for a credit increase of 30%. And as long as you are making payments and not letting like your balances, having too high of a balance carry over, it should be fine. But if you have like a $10,000 balance and you're only paying $100 every month, they're probably not going to approve the increase. But the reason it's really important to keep increasing your limit is because on the same card, so that you do not have to keep applying for new cards. So that's really important. And that's really all I have for you guys. So my name is Kayla Price. Subscribe to my channel. I just started my YouTube channel. I'm going to be diving into business credit a lot more because it's something that I really want to make sure everybody is aware of, because it's an amazing tool. Can really change your life. Like I don't have to pay. I can't stress this enough. I don't have to pay for flights ever again. So I'm going to be getting into more tips, more tricks, business credit related, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So you might as well just stay a while. Like I'm your new cousin. My name is Kayla, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.